This week on Hermitcraft.
This is a grothy crab!
Welcome to the Hermitcraft recap, where our motto is hot tires, hot burgers. My name is LoyXP. Captions on this video were provided by Liara, and time is a flat circle, which is why this video is late. No, you were not magically transported to the better years of Hermitcraft Season 6. The tag game is here because the tag is back. And for a German audience, this would be the day. Okay, just for the record, that sign clearly says TQG, which obviously stands for Hermitcraft Quad Game. Though where previously the game of tag on Hermitcraft just meant plain hot potato with an item in increasingly elaborate ways, this time Green has some special rules prepared that would get even the audience involved. Specifically, there are 3 special name tag items in rotation, but this time, to tag someone, all a hermit has to do is hold up the item in their view while the target is recording. If that footage makes it to the final video release, tag, you're it. And it's the job of the viewers to keep the score, because this time, even live streams count. So our show will also have to copy your homework, because we can't cover all the hours upon hours of VOD footage. There are more specific caveats to the game, like if you spot someone flashing the name tag, you can call them out, and they'll have to leave you alone. But you'll have to consult Green's videos on the exact rules, because these rules are still a little uncertain. But as far as this video goes, I figured this would make a fun tagline. We know already that Gemini Tay has included one in her video, and Pearlescent Moon has been tagged for sure. Other than them, feel free to inform us in the comments. And with that out of the way, let's take a look at the events and mishaps that occurred on the Hermitcraft server this week. Starting with Jimmy and Martin, who are on Hermitcraft now, I guess. Just kidding, but not really. Gemini Tay had made both of them canon, but they're stuck in the test tubes in Gem's Dredge Castle laboratory. To the same degree, I am still on Hermitcraft Season 5, getting mined for my meat. Alternatively, I'm a potato. The castle laboratory is the new addition to Gemini Tay's home base, meaning that 69 weeks later, she is finally studying the horrors, so they're no longer beyond her comprehension. And speaking of horrors, yes, Green totally shows up and flashes her the tag name tag, which I guess makes her tagged despite having not enrolled into the game, nor the recognizable custom texture being applied to the name tag item yet. This game is off to a great start, you all.
For sure, none of it is just for looks, it all makes sense. So we're pumping water from the bay.
Uh-huh.
Importantly, because there's a horrible sea monster in there, and we want to see what it does to them.
Uh-huh. Okay, so at some point, we're gonna see some horrible sea monsters in these tubes instead of them.
Potentially, yeah, that'd be cool.
Naturally, since Gem's whole thing this season is that fish fear her, she puts down an order for some temple guardians to get delivered to the lab. For the centerpiece of the room, the tube aquarium. Good Times with Scar promises to get onto that within a month, and given the usual Hermitcraft delivery schedule, you'd be forgiven for thinking that no, he won't. But Scar actually is already fulfilling his mob shop promises. Just this week he brings the 2 pandas to Skizzleman's Triangle and doesn't even kill anyone. Instead, one of the pandas kills him. And I mean, leave it to Scar to die to a panda of all things.
Is he angry?
Rip your face
Oh,
off.
dude, I forgot pandas can actually hurt you. Dude,
That's
I'm
my
trying to take off, I'm trying to take off! Dang it!
The animal cruelty, however, goes both ways, and we do actually see Scar get multiple cows hanged by the lead from the tractor beam of his barnyard exhibit. On the upside, the Good Times community has solved the murders of the zombie enclosure, and have rightfully put the magma block responsible behind the bars. Yes, Scar just had a magma block as decoration, and yes, zombies didn't hesitate to walk over it until they double died. They weren't lying, that intelligence do be artificial. This shouldn't be a problem with the new area Scar's building, because it is a muddy beach under a tough bridge. The sidewalk actually doubles as a parrot perching area, and before you ask, the perches are not made of magma. Only good choices at the Scarland Zoo, aside from the dolphin burgers, those are still in operation.
We're cooking, my friends. We are cooking. The zoo is expanding, and the Mob Boss shop just keeps getting customers.
Speaking of good choices, this week brought us a false symmetry episode titled Finally, Metro Mayhem. which simply cannot be true because finally there's Mumbo Jumbo. No, the sprinting sewer is not done yet, but Falls did put in her part of the course. Needless to say, Terracotta is involved, as that was the year Hermitcraft got itself stuck on the Badlands island. Special shoutout goes off to the period-accurate Minecraft skins that she dug up for the armor stands of the server members, like this Impulse's V had before he had the mohawk and the sunglasses.
Jevin's pointing at with Mumbo's up there hanging from his base because I didn't know where else to put him. Cleo's just waving from up there, you know, as she would. We got Cubfan, of course, chilling.
She also had to juggle arrows to get her own head, because Mumbo just wasn't available for seaside dueling this time.
I guess let's see if this works. Rip 8 levels. Oh.
Jevin is more concerned with the current season, as he continues his tour of the server and concludes his tour of the server in an over an hour long epic, in which he visits seemingly every single base on the server. A video which to the returning viewer of our show will feel like an hour of, oh yeah, that's still there.
This was a really fun, but even more motivating experience.
His many insights on the Hermitcraft builds don't actually much go insights, as he admits that if he did cover the interiors, it would probably take over 9 hours of sheer video footage. Something both Green and Doc M fans would say is not actually that big of a deal. Release the inside cut, Jevin. The world is ready. A much smaller but no less important tour comes with Ren Dog, the next person to open his art gallery contest. Ren, however, takes this opportunity to give the whole fanart museum an overview. So he pours half of his episode into your, dearest audience, paintings and goes to great efforts to highlight just how cool all these works of art truly are. So, good job to the artists the world over, and from the bottom of my heart as well, tag your fan art so I can find it? I love looking at that stuff, it's really fun. Regardless, Ren has another half of the episode to sort out his inventory, and between the shulkers and the bundles, realizes that the Gigacorp storage unit is a lot more giga than he actually needs. In an unprecedented historic event, a hermit has too much storage space in his main cupboard.
So yeah, we shouldn't be able to fill everything up. So we're gonna have to find stuff to do with the other rooms. Any ideas, guys? Let me know.
Also, I know I got a kick out of Ren arranging his chests on the inside like a spreadsheet, so I have to tell you dorks about it. It's actually pretty clever how he separated the chests using colored glass panels.
This is actually like an old school monitor, right? Think about like a super old computer from the 80s or something. I try to sort of catch that flavor.
I am also a big fan of how Capfan135 separated most of the server from himself. I mean, obviously he can just fly over the retaining walls of his base, but it's the thought that counts.
It's sort of like a bastion of safety, except of course for the Creakings, which also spawn around the outside.
Jokes aside, we did report last week that the stone barrier around the Skulk field was finished. And that was just not true, big mistake on my part. Now it's finished, so Cub is free to retreat to the Firework Factory and focus on the big batch for Impulse's Metro Mayhem minigame. Doesn't help that the rockets he chose for Impulse have basically every mineral in the game in the recipe, including diamonds. But you can't put a price on art like that, which is why Cub just gives them to Impulse for free, because he too can't wait to run the Metro Mayhem. Anyway, here's Border Wall. Now, we need to talk about XB Crafted, because with the newest tag minigame, the meta really seems to be just live somewhere super far away and only collab with one or two of your best friends if you really have to. Which sure sounds like XB Crafted to me, except he has now collabed with Green. Straight up. Really proud of his Trident PvP arena, XB shares a PvP match with Green, and while I can't really tell if the name tag got shown in the video, or if the fight even took place before the tag started to begin with, it's me we're talking about, the guy who couldn't tell if a wall is finished last week. My eyes are just not what they used to be, I'm so sorry folks.
Running away, way!
Yeah, I didn't make the arena because I'm good with tridents, by the way, just putting that out there.
Admittedly, there doesn't need to be an ulterior motive for Green to show up at a PvP arena. Sometimes, maybe the guy just feels like playing some minigames. Because Exhibit 1, finally, there's Mumbo Jumbo. There's also Green, which is kind of the point.
See, now I feel like we're crushing it.
We are crushing it. It's because Tango was there, dude. He was stressing.
Oh, the phone! The phone! This week, the two of them have hit us with the old one too, where their episodes are technically sequels to each other. You see, for team building, or otherwise, Green and Mambo have recorded multiple attempts at Tango Tech's Hungry Hermits minigame. Too bad Tangler 3 simply isn't ready yet, because I would love to see that too. But only the first run of the Hungry Hermits game is present in both of the videos. Instead, the rest of the episode is unique to either Mambo or Green, and you gotta watch both for the full experience. Meaning that fans finally got that coffee shop AU that they've been writing this entire time. And spoiler alert, I think this one ends with them getting closed for health code violations.
But oh, is this the Krusty Krab?
Right, why do you keep saying that? This is... what's that a reference to?
And that's about it for this week's recap. My name is LoyXP. Captions of this video were provided by Liara. Don't forget to leave a like while you're still here, and subscribe so you won't miss future recaps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.